This episode of the Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/TYT for an awesome free trial membership. There's been a lot of controversy as to what is and is not allowed in speaking. Now, of course, everything is allowed except for direct incitement of killing someone, right? Because it's the First Amendment, etc. But when I say allowed and not allowed, I'm saying, of course, like what's cool, what's not cool, what's over the line, what's not over the line, what you should be careful about, and what I think is perfectly fine, right? And there's been a talk about, of course, Sarah Palin's crosshairs map. Is that all right? Is it not all right? And, you know, violent imagery is everywhere. And people make a good case. They say, look, there's violent imagery in movies and music, etc. Yeah, there is in conservative talk. And from time to time, you know, politicians on both sides use it, we use it, etc., etc. In fact, some have rightfully pointed out that our viewers who are involved and care about the same things that we care about are called the TYT Army. Okay, so now, of course, and I play the war drums and we do all that stuff, right? So I wanted to clarify for everybody. Look, we can't, if you try to say, hey, no one should ever talk about things in a way that sounds even vaguely violent, etc. It's unenforceable, and it's not doable, right? So like people will naturally say, like Rush might say, hey, we have to eliminate the Democrats in Congress. He's got to be able to say that, or we're going to destroy them, or even what they sometimes a term they use in politics is rip their face off, right? Okay, now that sounds pretty bad, but it's used. It's used, and they don't mean you're literally going to go and rip somebody's face off, right? And which Democrats would never do anyway, Republicans would, but I still think it's totally fine, right? So what is not fine? Well, I've come up with some convenient rules, all right? At least this makes sense to us, and then we hope that others will follow it as well. So TYT rules on violent speaking. 1, very simple. Don't tell people to grab their guns. It's very specific, okay? Just, you can, hey, eliminate, destroy, la la la, eviscerate, just don't tell them to grab their guns. Number 2, don't tell people to kill anybody. I think these are fair, I really do. And number 3, don't make threats on specific people. All right, so let me give you some examples, right? So I told you a lot of things are I think, you know, within acceptable. And you know, I think that probably Sarah Palin's map with the targets is not something that I would say, hey, you know, gets people so riled up that they're going to go and actually take you know, action on it. Now, she tweeted, don't retreat, reload along with it. It gets worse, but again, she's not saying, go get your gun and take action on this. Maybe you think these are way too soft, that this is too tough a standard in a sense, that people aren't going to meet this, but they do, right? So I'll give you examples. For number 1, don't tell people to grab their guns. I think what goes over that line is Sharon Angle's comment about, and you remember the quote, about the Second Amendment remedies. She says this Congress keeps going the way it is. People are really looking toward those Second Amendment remedies. She talks about taking Harry Reid out. You guys have all seen this. There's really no other explanation for that than go get your gun and remedy the situation in that way. That's over the line, if you ask me. And Michelle Bachmann, she, of course, talked about people in Minnesota being armed and dangerous, and talked about how revolution is a good thing from time to time. That is very specific. It's telling people, hey, if we don't win this debate, go grab your gun. I think those are over the line. Okay, now point number 2, don't tell people to kill anybody. You think, come on, who says that, right? Well, of course, Rush Limbaugh does. You remember the famous quote, I tell people don't kill all the liberals, leave enough behind, etc., etc. So yeah, he has told people to kill all the liberals. So he's not alone. Of course, you also have Ann Coulter. She also said we need to execute people like John Walker in order to physically intimidate liberals by making them realize that they can be killed too. Now, John Walker Lind was a guy we caught in Afghanistan fighting against us. I don't think he should be executed, but you can make a case that she's, you know, talking about what should be the proper adjudication of that case. But the second half where she said, tell the liberals they can be killed too. We need to physically intimidate them. It doesn't get any clearer than that. I think these are rules easy not to violate, but they violate them all the time, and that's why they're over the top. And number 3 is targeting specific people. For example, Glenn Beck on Michael Moore.
Hang on, let me just tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about killing Michael Moore. And I'm wondering if I could kill him myself or if I would need to hire somebody to do it. I think I could. I think he could be looking me in the eye, and I could just be choking the life out. Is this wrong?
Yes. I thought that was pretty clear that was wrong. It's like the most obvious thing in the world. So don't tell people, because look, thing is, Glenn, as if he listens, right? It's not like we think Glenn Beck is going to go find Michael Moore, jump on top of him and start choking him, right? But if he says on the radio, I want to choke Michael Moore and I want to kill Michael Moore, there's people like Jared Loughner possibly listening who might act on that. It's not too strident or too tough to say, hey, don't speak against a specific person in terms of killing them. Now, doesn't mean Glenn Beck can't criticize Michael Moore until the cows come home. Of course he can. We criticize him until the cows come home. But you can't, if I said going around I want to choke all these conservative talk shows and kill them, that's crazy. That's why we would never say it, and he says it. And of course, Bill O'Reilly. Now, he didn't say kill Dr. Tiller, but look at these clips and see if you think it eggs people on to attack a specific person. Watch.
In the state of Kansas, there is a doctor, George Tiller, who will execute babies for $5,000. Dr. George Tiller, known as Tiller the Baby Killer. Tiller the Baby Killer, as some call him. Dr. George Tiller in Kansas, known as Tiller the Baby Killer. Dr. George Tiller, known as Tiller the Baby Killer. Tiller the Baby Killer. The notorious Tiller the Baby Killer. I wanted George Tiller and Tiller the Baby Killer going, hey, I can make more money killing babies now. Tiller is executing fetuses in his Wichita clinic for $5,000. Tiller performs scores, perhaps thousands. As we've reported, Tiller aborts thousands of babies pretty much for any reason.
Of course, Dr. Tiller was executed by Scott Roeder, a pro-life advocate, and who thought, yeah, this guy's executing babies for money. I saw that somewhere, and I'm going to go stop it. Now, look, the O'Reilly thing to me is actually on the line, because he never said to go kill Dr. Tiller. But he said, but if it was me, I wouldn't have come anywhere near that line. Because he keeps saying he's killing babies, he's executing babies, he's doing it for money. It's as if he's looking in the camera going, you're going to let him get away with this? And of course, somebody didn't. So, look, easy rules. It's not, it doesn't have anything to do with First Amendment. I don't want the government passing these laws. I just want to, if both sides can agree to this, that's fantastic, okay? But you know what? If they don't, if they go beyond these rules, I'm going to pound them. You see that? That's okay. I just said I'm going to pound them, okay? But I'm going to come after them, and I'm going to point it out, and I don't care what the mainstream media says, oh, boo-hoo, you can't ever criticize them. No, I can criticize them. The way they go over the line is outrageous, and I think it does create an atmosphere of violence. Not for every little thing about, oh, we're going to go to war, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But when they go way over the line, we're coming for them, okay? We're going to call them out, and we're going to show everybody what kind of programs they do and how they incite people. You don't like it? Sad day for you. And I love how now it's become like the guys who point out the wrong things are the bad guys, not the guys who did the wrong things. Not the guy who said, oh, baby killer, kill Michael Moore. Those aren't the bad guys. The guys who point that out, oh, no, you're not being even-handed. Well, if you don't like it, sad day for you, because we're coming. Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT. Free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.